49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, league play is starting and we have the big game highlights. We'll see Sarah battle Valley Christian. Clayton Valley clashes with Liberty and rivals Foothill and Amador Valley for the Battle of Pleasanton.
Exciting flag football includes Los Gatos and Milpitas, league volleyball with rivals Monte Vista and San Ramon Valley, and the Mount Diablo football player dedicating his season to one very special person. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Let's get started this week with a non-league game with two of the Bay Area's best teams. The McClymonds Warriors continue their tough non-league schedule as Washington-bound senior Rashawn Duncan leads this talented squad.
Mac traveling to San Ramon this week to meet the Cal Grizzlies. Cal coming into this game with a 4-0 record with running back Jordan Lee averaging 108 yards a game. Mac at Cal Friday night.
Here come the Cal Grizzlies looking to stay undefeated as they host McClymonds on Friday night. Here's Cal on the first drive. Arjun Banerjee back for his senior year, and he connects with fellow senior Luke Taylor for the TD. 7-0 Cal. Burrell Staples under center for Mac. Staples feels the pocket collapsing, elects to escape, elects to run, and he will take off. There goes Staples into Cal territory out at the 43-yard line, and he says hello to the Grizzlies student section. In the red zone now, handed off to Dominic Davis, and Dom punches in the touchdown. PAT is no good. 7-6 Cal after one. Cal pushes it down the field and into the Mac red zone, and this time it's Banerjee taking it himself as he breaks the plane. Touchdown Grizzlies 14-6. Mac works into the Cal red zone and Staples on the design QB run. He scores. The two-point attempt is no good. 14-12 Cal. Here's the ensuing kickoff received by Taylor, and the senior waits for the lane to open, and it does. And Luke will go all the way. Cal responds to the touchdown with a special teams touchdown. Make it 21-12. Fourth down with the line to gain at the one. Mac elects to go for it, but the Cal defense makes a huge stop right before the line to gain. Jacob Stickevers and Magnus Carlson in on the tackle. Same score after three, but on the first play of the fourth, Taylor hauls it in for his third tutty of the game, and Arjun is loving it on the sideline as Cal remains undefeated at 5-0 on the season.
Off to San Jose now as Piedmont Hills takes on Brandon Friday night. The Bruins strike first. Andrew Ho drops back and finds Michael Murphy, who makes the catch, and Michael is gone! 65 yards to the promised land. The point after is good, and it's 7-0 Brandon Bruins. More Bruins later in the first. Give the rock to Michael Murphy again, who races to the far sideline, bulldozes a defender, and scampers into the end zone for the touchdown. Brandon would later tack on a safety to make it 16-0 Bruins after one. Second quarter now, and it's Jude Handa getting the carry as the senior rushes in for the touchdown. 23-0 Brandon Bruins in the lead. Then later in the quarter, toss the ball over to Michael Murphy, who loses the ball, then recovers it off of bounds, and Michael is gone again! 52 yards to the house. Michael's third touchdown in the first half as the Bruins take a 30-point lead. Branham knocking on the door again. Andrew Ho throws it to the end zone for Braden Hodges, who hauls it in for 6 as the Bruins have complete control in the first half. Piedmont Hills answers back on the ensuing kickoff. Diego Arias takes the ball from the 16-yard line. Diego finds a little seam, and Diego turns on the Jets. 84 yards to glory for the senior. It's 44-8 Branham. But Michael Murphy was unstoppable for Branham. Michael finding the end zone for the fourth time in the first half as the Bruins improve to 4-1 in the season behind a big game from Michael Murphy.
Senior night at Mills as Amaya Moore is being honored. Mills would look to strike first, but Jules Pandolfo has other plans. A pick six for the junior. Try after was good. 7-zip Bears after one. MA looks to extend its lead, but Lucy Esquivel picks off the pass, bringing her softball tails to the gridiron. Still 7-0 at the half. Vikings look to get going in the second half, but Elise Koo comes charging to your screen with this INT, giving the Bears excellent field position. MA looks to capitalize off the INT, but Amaya Moore, she's going to respond with a pick. One of the seniors' 2 INTs in the ballgame, so Mills gets the ball back, looking to get going, but Samantha Ruiz gets the flagpole in Mills' end zone before the pass was thrown, so that's a safety. 9-zip Bears after 3. Under 9 minutes left in the fourth. Alyssa Piñas rolls to her right, takes a shot to the end zone and finds Lucy Esquivel for 6. Try after no good. 9-6 Bears. Late in the fourth, on third down, Bears need a first down to ice the game. May Kunihiro, buying time, finds Aisley Birch for the first down, and a win for MA means 2 claps and a Ric Flair as MA gets the job done beating Mills 9-6.
It's raining cats and dogs, but we got Cougars and Broncos in the pool as Northgate hosts Campo. Campo scores 3 straight in the first. Here's Ellis Cullington finding Jack Elder, and the senior fires for the goal. Northgate answers back as Ethan Lee sends a pass to Oliver Knopflick. Knopflick leads the Broncos in goals, and here's the senior adding to his total. Cougars still in front 4-2 after 1. Northgate down 3 in the second. Lee and Josh Sheehy play hot potato before Lee sends a rocket to the top right corner of the net. Broncos down 5-3. Cougars stayed in front most of the game. Elder with the perfect pass to Samuel Storrs, and business was booming. Campo leads 7-5 at the half. Late in the third, Cougars on the attack. Cullington swing arms a shot for the goal to put Campo up 9-6. But the Broncos answer back with 3 straight goals rolling over into the fourth quarter. Knopflick with a long pass to Matthew Nisley, sending the one-hopper into the net to tie the game at 9. Less than 2 minutes to go. Cougars looking to pounce. Elder is all alone, one-on-one with just the keeper to beat, and scores the go-ahead goal. Campolindo starts Diablo Valley League play with a dub after a close 10-9 victory over Northgate.
The Rikus Center brings us the Gary Rikus Players of the Week award each week. Scan this QR code right now to see the nominees and vote for who you think should be next week's Players of the Week.
The winners announced in a wrap produced by the Rikus Center. Here they are, the Gary Rikus Players of the Week.
49ers Cow High, James the Spitter. These are your Gary Rikus Players of the Week. Rikus Center, let's go, come on. Ava Allen, she be spazzing. So accurate when she do the passing. You can tell by the crowd and their reaction. 5 TDs will let you know she made it happen. And you should know that her game is far from average. 281 total yards, did some damage. That was difficult for the D to manage. Melo got a winning culture to establish. Look at him go, his name is Kirk Humbles. When the moment is big, he doesn't crumble. This week he picked that up like a fumble. Cause you know he's always ready just to rumble. Pick 6, QB threw it and he missed it. Took it to the house, made him pay like the amount. Scoring 3 TDs, that was the final count. I know you're yelling his name when it's announced. 49ers Cow High, James the Spitter. These are your Gary Rikus Players of the Week. Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk. Each week, 49ers Flag and 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank, honor local high school coaches with the Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week Award. These coaches show leadership on the field and make a lasting impact in their communities. Each winner receives a $1,000 grant from the 49ers Foundation and will be recognized in a pregame on-field ceremony. Here's Robert and Aubrey with this week's honorees.
Thanks, Juice. This week's award goes to McDonald head coach Bert Cadera. The Condors improved to 3-0 with a dominant 51-14 home win last week, showcasing a complete team effort with scores on offense, defense, and on special teams.
For his leadership and success on the field, Coach Cadera will receive a grant from the 49ers Foundation. Congratulations to Coach Bert Cadera, this week's 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Coming up, the Mancini Sleep World Dream matchup as Valley Christian hosts Sarah.
And a big flag game as Granada meets California as 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank rolls along.
At Bellarmine, athletics isn't just competition, it's tradition. With 40% of our coaches and both our athletic directors being alumni, this place is more than a school. It's home. They've lived the grind, worn the jersey, and felt the pride, and now they're giving back by building the same experience to the next generation of Bells. They return because they believe in what Bellarmine gave them, and they're here to pass it on. Bellarmine Athletics, be a part of the tradition.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess And this is the power of us.
Every time I step onto the field, I suit up to protect myself from injury. Off the field, I do the same for my family. But sometimes in life, no matter how careful you are, accidents happen. That's when you can trust Bernardi Zerata. They treat their clients like family, always looking out for your best interests. If you've been injured, call Bernardi Zerata, because when life hits you hard, you deserve a caring team that's on your side.
What's the easiest way to put a spring back in your step? Finding the perfect mattress at Mancini Sleep World. We've got you covered with our Rest Easy promise. We're so sure you'll love your mattress that we offer a 365-night comfort guarantee. 1 year to make sure your mattress is delivering the comfort you deserve. We guarantee the best price with free next-day delivery with top brands like Tempur-Pedic starting at $29 a month. Feel the beat of better sleep with
Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy.
Mancini's Sleep World brings us the dream matchup every week. This is a top game with two great teams. And this week, it's the West Catholic League opening game with Serra and Valley Christian.
Right, these are two teams that are hoping to vie for a league title this season. It is the Mancini Sleep World dream matchup. Our Adrian Soriano was there.
Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy.
Welcome to Valley Christian High School for the highly anticipated West Catholic League opener between the Valley Christian Warriors and the Serra Padres. Both teams will look to establish their running game early. The Padres feature senior Isaiah Singleton, who already has 166 rushing yards on the season. Meanwhile, Valley Christian's Ikaya McLemore is already having a tremendous season. Ikaya has 238 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. Who will start off league play with the win? Let's find out in our Mancini's dream matchup. It was a defensive battle in the first. Here is Serra's Savita Himuli laying down the hammer. Oh my goodness. Then on the other end, it's Chase Togiai with the big time sack. He's a freshman. No score after 1. William Orr in the quarterback for the Padres in the second, and the freshman slings it over to Charlie Walsh, who makes the catch and sprints down the sideline all the way to the 3-yard line for a 50-yard gain. Then on the very next play, give the rock to Giovanni Henley, and the junior scampers into the end zone for the first points of the game. Point after is good, and it's 7-0 Serra. The Padres will get a pick 6 from Dylan Modena to make it 14-0 Serra. Then it's a freshman William Orr connecting with Jace Cannon, and Jace breaks a couple tackles before going down to the 1-yard line for another big gain. Malachi Teofo in at QB now, and Malachi will sneak it in for the Padres touchdown. The point after is good, and it's 21-0 Serra Padres at the half. More Serra defense in the second half as the pass is tipped and intercepted by Cornell James, and the junior turns on the Jets. A 35-yard pick 6 for the junior as the Padres take a 28-0 lead. Valley Christian would get on the board as Rome Leota Pritchard takes a snap. Rome keeps it himself, and there he goes! A 33-yard touchdown run for the sophomore. Yeah, there's a lot of young talent on both teams. It's 28-6 Serra Padres. But William Orr was the spark the Padres needed on offense. William drops back and fires it into the end zone for Jace Cannon, and Jace held it in for the touchdown as the Serra Padres get their first win of the season, beating Valley Christian 41-6. Here's the freshman William Orr after the game.
Playing against teams like Bosco, Folsom, De La Salle, they get us mentally prepared. Football is a mental game. So we're playing them. I feel like we're mentally ready, and I feel like we're already ready when it comes to skills and talent. So, and I got Serra over anybody when it comes to the gridiron, to the battlefield.
In San Jose with the Mancini's dream matchup, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Two of the teams on top of the log-jammed East Bay League standings going at it, Granada and California. 4 minutes in, the Grizzlies' Kylie Ayung passes in the flat to Danica Boisserie. Danica escapes 7 different defenders, and she is gone. Boisserie goes 50 yards to the house, and Cal goes up by 6. That's the score at the half. Granada gets on the board in the second half. Katie Vale, the southpaw, slings it to the end zone. A well-defended Marin Lenica comes down with it, and this game is tied at 6. Cal punts on its next possession. Marin hands it off to her sister, Liv. Liv gets her flag pulled there, but wait! No, the Lenica sisters fool everyone! Marin still has it, and she goes 46 yards in for the go-ahead touchdown. Granada on top, 12-6. 9 minutes left in the final quarter. Young dumps a short pass off to Boiserie. Danica once again escaping defenders and then tiptoeing up the sideline. Danica would be taken down at the 10-yard line but would score, so Cal goes back on top by 6. The Mats looking to take the lead right back, but Lana Vu is there for the sack. Here is Cal's offense. Young slings it up ahead, and Michaela Nelson is open in the end zone. The Grizzlies take the 6-point lead with 2 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time for Granada to mount a drive. Pressure off the edge from Vu. The ball is thrown deep downfield and picked off by Janie Trottier. Janie with the interception, and that's all she wrote in San Ramon as Cal defeats Granada 18-12 to stay in first place in the East Bay League.
Las Lomas making a quick trip to Danville as the Knights face Monte Vista. First period, and the Mustangs capitalize as Alexis Bronstein lobs it over to Caroline Burns, and the junior finds the back of the net. Those Knights storm back as Ella Abbott connects with Lily Palma, and the captain converts from the 2-meter mark. Another goal for each team would make it 2-2 after one. You saw an Abbott assist in the first. How about an Abbott goal in the second? 3 goals for the sophomore. Back come those Mustangs. Great feed inside to Alexis Bronstein, who's a much better athlete than my boss, meaning they're not related. Las Lomas would go into the half with a 1-goal lead, which includes this goal from Reese Jimenez, and Reese really brought the grease with that goal. 8-7 Knights. We jump to the fourth period, all tied at 9. Here's a shot that goes off of Mila Hansen, but great effort here by Ava Ridley, who stays with it and is there for the putback. 10-9 Mustangs. Then it's Ridley over to Lauren Lynham, and Lauren goes top shelf for one of her 4 goals. But Las Lomas ties it up at 11 with under 2 minutes left, and here Abbott capitalizes for the equalizer. What a game we have here, but Monte Vista had a little extra juice with Caroline Burns. 4 goals for the magnificent junior, which includes the go-ahead goal here as Monte Vista wins a thriller in Danville. 12-11 was the final.
Diamond Training and Development helps athletes reach the Diamond Standard. Each week we profile an athlete meeting that standard at their school.
Our Diamond Training and Development Diamond Standard athlete this week is Meredith Tan from Homestead High School. Meredith is a member of French Honor Society, Physics Club, and she serves as a treasurer for the school's Future Business Leaders of America Club, where she has earned national recognition in multiple competitions. Meredith Tan is this week's Diamond Training and Development Diamond Standard.
D-Line Constructors brings us the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week again this season. This week's D-Line Defensive Play goes to Siasi Hatau from McDonald. Siasi with a pick and a 95-yard return for the pick 6.
If you're not following us on social media, you're really missing out. We are at 49ers Cal High on Instagram and on YouTube.
You can support our show by subscribing to our YouTube channel with lots of great content. 49ers Cal High is where to find us.
Coming up, 3-1 Clayton Valley takes on 2-2 Liberty.
And Valley Christian battles University on the hardwood, but first, here is our U.S. Bank flag football poll.
Off season? Nah, this is level up season. At Diamond Training and Development, it's all baseball and softball all year. Faster hands, bigger hits, harder throws, no excuses, just work. You want that starting spot, that college scout's attention? Show them what you did when nobody was watching. At Diamond Training and Development, off season is on.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
time. Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
You didn't choose a European car for average performance, so don't settle for average service. At Euroclinic, we specialize in Audi, Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, and other marques, delivering expert maintenance and a refined experience. Valet pickup, exotic towing, a private lounge, meticulous service with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty. Euroclinic, Silicon Valley's choice for European and exotic care, where performance meets premium service.
We are the De La Salle Spartans, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports!
The Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles are still getting ready for league play. The Uggs with the super talented Fresno State commit Jadis Lucky, who's averaging 222 yards a game rushing.
Yeah, Jadis with a tough test this week, though, taking on Liberty. The Lions have their own outstanding senior running back. Eastern Washington commit Jackson Bell is averaging 123 yards a game. Liberty at Clayton Valley Friday night.
Here come the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles as they host the Liberty Lions Friday night. It was the Jackson Bell show in this one. Jackson getting the rock and spinning his way into the end zone for a 12-yard touchdown run. The point after is good and it's 7-0 Liberty. Then later in the quarter, give it to Jackson Bell again, and the Eastern Washington-bound senior turns on the Jets all the way for his second rushing touchdown in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Liberty Lions. You saw 2 Jackson Bell rushing touchdowns. Now how about Jackson on special teams? Jackson takes it from the Lions' 30-yard line. Jackson finds a hole, goes to the far sideline, and he is flying past the 50. Wow! A 70-yard punt return for Jackson's third touchdown of the first quarter as the Lions take a 21-0 lead after 1. It would stay that way until the third quarter, and who else but Jackson Bell. Jackson showing off his speed once again, 52 yards to the promised land as Jackson gets his 4th touchdown of the game. PAT good, and it's 28-0 Lions after 3. Clayton Valley answers back in the 4th, handed to my main man Jadis Lucky, and Jadis powers his way in for the touchdown, and it's 28-7 Liberty. The Lions would tack on a field goal to make it 31-7, but the Ugly Eagles come right back as Nolan Lopez heaves one to the end zone for E.J. O'Curley, who makes the catch for 6, but not enough, as Liberty improves to 4-1 of the season. Jackson Bell with 4 touchdowns for the Lions.
Let's go to the hardwood as University hosts Valley Christian. First set, those Red Devils are off and running as Pilar Kelly rips it off the defender for the kill. Then later in the set, it's Lillian Bongiorno to Gabby Gaillon over the Kylie Moy, and it's tool time. Red Devils win set 1, 25-23. And University manages to win another tight set in the second. Here's Pilar Kelly unloading for the kill. 17 kills for the UPenn commit. Then it's Gaillon over the Bongiorno, and the junior goes cross-court for one of her 14 kills. 25-22 Red Devils. But Valley Christian storms back in set 3. How about Grace Payton climbing the ladder for the block? Then it's Danielle Whitmill setting up Alina Yin, and Alina winds and fires for the cross-court kill. Alina's got a great swing, while so does freshman Kennedy McCracken as she goes up high and down hard. 22 kills for Kennedy. Warriors take set 3, 25-11. And in the 4th set, she can come up with a block if needed. Times her jump perfectly, and the block features the gritty. The Warriors even it up, and we head to set 5. You don't see this often. McCracken's kill attempt gets blocked, ricochets off her face, and lands on the other side. Scott Sterling's going to appreciate that, and those Warriors had their foot on the gas. Big night for Alina Yin. 19 kills on the night, which includes the shot that paints the back line. What a statement from Valley Christian as the Warriors rally to beat University. 3 sets to 2.
The Cal Hope Courage Award brings us stories of athletes who inspire us.
Our Jake Vandenbroek joins us now with the story of a Mount Diablo football star playing this season with a heavy heart.
Robert Aubrey on the field, Antonio Campbell is a force. Powerful, focused, and determined. But behind the helmet, there's a story of resilience. After losing his father, Antonio found a new source of strength, channeling his grief in the greatness. It's just another day on the gridiron for Mount Diablo's Antonio Campbell III. Football is one of the great loves he's dedicated to, something that's been driving him since he was a kid.
I've always been pushing for my goal, which is to make it big, and ever since I was a kid, I've just been dedicating to doing that.
Antonio says his childhood was a balance. Late night studying with his mom and long workouts with his dad. who kept him motivated every step of the way.
My dad was on me about sports, and my mom was on me about school. So really, I just stay up all night with my mom, and then my dad, he would just be motivating me. He would push me all night, just doing different workouts as I grew up.
I did stay on him. I'm still on him about academics because he is a student athlete. Still may not like it now, how hard I am on him, but I want the best for him.
But Antonio faced a major obstacle in his life. This past April, tragedy struck hard in the most unexpected way.
My father been in a car accident because he passed at the wheel, and then he crashed into a tree and the car caught on fire. And that was devastating for me and heartbreaking because that was the person I looked up to.
Antonio Campbell Jr. was just 46 years old, a devastating loss for this tight-knit family.
My father, he was my #1 fan. He was my support system. He was my emotional support system. He cared for me, he loved me. He was there for me every day through the rough times and the good times.
He was a great father. He was a great person, and he always put a smile on your face. I loved him.
This season, Antonio is playing with a purpose, dedicating his senior season to his father.
I try to go as hard as I can every snap. Hit the person in front of me as hard as I can. Even when I'm tired, I try to give as much as I can. I just think about him every play.
Antonio's mother, Shanette, faced battles of her own, serious health scares that tested her strength, but never broke her spirit.
I am a survivor of lupus, and I've dealt with a lot of hospitalizations. I've had a coma, I've had, a stroke. I've had a lot of things happen to me in my life, and I haven't passed away from it. And it's like God was keeping me here for a reason. I pour it all into my kids, Most of the time is me and my kids.
It makes me just love my family more and don't take the days for granted because you could be gone any other day. And that's one good example because that's someone that I was really close to. And now that he's gone, it's just I just look to everybody next to me different now.
For Antonio Campbell III, football isn't just about wins and losses. Every snap is a tribute to his father. For Antonio, every snap and every victory is a tribute to his father, and his journey is a reminder of the strength it takes to keep pushing forward.
Thank you, Jake. Awesome story. Be sure to scan the QR code on the screen for more information on the Cal Hope Courage Award Scholarship Program.
Mara West Credit Union honors teachers all around the Bay Area for the great work they do every day.
Here's Kunal Pensay from Pioneer Boys Water Polo talking about his outstanding teacher, Miss Laura Bald.
My favorite teacher at Pioneer is Miss Bald. I had her for AP Chem and Honors Chem, and she made the class really interesting, and she kept things fun. Like a lot of teachers, it gets kind of boring, but whenever I went to class with Miss Bald, it's like I'm actually ready to be there. I want to learn. It's fun to be there and hang out with my friends. It's like, actually getting something out of it.
Gillette presents the Precision Player each week. This is a young athlete already making his or her mark in sports.
Gillette is proud to honor Rome Leota Pritchard, the outstanding sophomore quarterback from Valley Christian. For the best a fan can get this season, visit Gillette.com/NFL to purchase your Gillette Labs official 49ers licensed razor today. Coming up, the rivalry game for Pleasanton bragging rights is Amador Valley and Foothill.
And we head to Milpitas where the Trojans and Los Gatos will be pulling flags. You're watching the Bay Area's high school sports show, 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Meet the Johnsons, a young couple looking to start a family. Then there's Larry, the eccentric brother-in-law who likes to hold concerts every day. And he also believes that squirrels are spies. Ready to build an ADU loan on your main home, a second home, or an investment property in California? Get a Home Fast ADU loan with fixed-term financing ranging from $25,000 up to $500,000. Thanks to a Home Fast ADU loan from Marawest, Larry has his own space. And the Johnsons, well, they have their sanity back.
Every great athlete knows you don't win without a game plan. That goes for math. and that's why Bay Area Tutor for Athletes is here. A high-performance online math tutoring program for middle and high school athletes across the Bay Area. Whether it's algebra, geometry, trigonometry, or calculus, we'll help you level up. Form a Tutor for Athletes squad with up to 5 teammates for small group tutoring, or go one-on-one to sharpen your skills. Stay eligible, stay competitive, win in the classroom and on the field.
I know that the model of credit unions is the very best one for human beings, and so how we bring that to life can truly transform people's lives.
Lumen brings to us the capability to be able to serve members in ways that we haven't before. It is really about enhancing that need for that particular individual like we've never been able to do before, and I'm extremely excited about that.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
time. Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
The Pleasanton Rivalry Cup is on the line Friday night as Foothill battles Amador Valley. The Falcons are off to a 3-1 start.
Amador Valley is looking for its first win with some close losses to very good teams. Always a big crowd and lots of excitement in this game played at Amador Valley Friday night.
Matt Berlingus with the backflip to hype up the Dons as Amador Valley hosts Foothill. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. Folks, get ready to hear this name a lot. Vincent Majorana taking it through the gap, makes the adjustment, and he is G-O-N-E gone! 47-yard house call for the senior as the Dons take an early 8-0 lead. Majorana only had 6 carries in the first quarter, but ran for 163 yards. And by the way, the senior scored 3 times. This run was another 47-yard score as Amador Valley leads 22-0 after 1. Falcons get on the board in the second. Gavin Brown comes in for Foothill and gives the offense a spark, throwing into the corner of the end zone. Max Sugar mosses his defender for the touchdown. But here comes the man of the hour. Don's in the red zone as a human cheat code gets the rock and scampers into the end zone. Hey Vincent, how many touchdowns do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns in the first half as Dons lead 30-7. Third quarter now after Dons add another score. Alex Brooks fires a shot to Kevin Lee and the senior takes it all the way to the end zone for 6. Foothill still trails 36-19 after 3. Time winding down in the third. Nico Kovacs fakes the handoff and finds Oliver Heed, who is dragged just short of the end zone, but Amador Valley scores on the next play. Don's pulling away in the fourth quarter. Majorana may be a Don, but he has that dog in him. 6 touchdowns, 351 yards on 18 carries. Amador Valley wins the 3rd annual Rivalry Cup after Vincent Majorana outscores the Falcons himself by putting up video game-like numbers.
The Los Gatos Wildcats making the trip up at 80 to take on Milpitas. It was all Trojans in the first half. Milpitas got a safety early on to make it 2-0. Then this pass is picked off by Madeline Garrison as the Trojans have a 2-0 lead after 1. Second quarter now, and Brent David, the 49ers Foundation Player of the Week, launches one deep to Kayla Funches, who makes the catch deep inside Wildcats territory for a big gain. Then on the very next play, it's David taking the snap and keeping it herself all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. The Trojans would get another safety later in the quarter to make it 10-0 Milpitas Trojans at the half. But here come the Wildcats in the second half. Helena Union throws it over the middle to Sophie Rees, who hauls it in and turns on the Jets. 44 yards to the promised land. The point after is no good, and it's 10-6 Trojans after 3. Los Gatos driving again in the fourth. Helena Union over to Paige Purcell, and Paige is in for the touchdown as the Wildcats rally back to take a 12-10 lead. Milpitas with a chance to win it late, but the deep pass is intercepted by Taylor Payne. The Los Gatos Wildcats erase a 10-point deficit at the half to win it 12-10. Helena Union with 2 passing touchdowns for the victorious Los Gatos Wildcats.
Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award each week, leading to $10,000 in scholarships. This is an athlete who does great work in the community.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Maria Valle from the James Logan Flag football team. Maria volunteers at Our Lady of Rosary Festival offering face painting for kids. She also helps run a backpack drive filled with school supplies to students in need and is a volunteer coach for a youth soccer team. Maria talks about why volunteering is so important to the community.
I like volunteering because I like helping others that aren't as fortunate to have certain things as most of us. It warms my heart seeing other people like happy with getting things that they don't normally get to have.
The Harker School presents the Scholar Athlete Award every week.
This week's Harker Scholar Athlete is Michael Vasquez from the Mount Diablo football team with a 3.9 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School, more than 90 upper school student clubs, organizations, and affinity groups were featured at the Upper School Club Fair, representing a massive range of interests and activities. From academics to hobbies to public service and advocacy, at Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Coming up, back to the West Catholic League for Bellarmine and Sacred Heart Cathedral.
And Peninsula Volleyball with Menlo Atherton and Aragon. But first, here is this week's learning tip presented by the Bay Area Tutoring Association.
Ask your math help early. If you don't understand factoring or graphing, don't wait until the test. Ask your teacher, a tutor, or teammate now. Fixing mistakes early keep you in the game.
The Bellarmine Bells take a 2-1 record into league play this week. The Bells have a player to watch in 6'3", 315-pound tackle, Anais Ulu.
The Bells hosting Sacred Heart Cathedral. The Fighting Irish feature a legend Williams, who is rushing for right at 100 yards a game. The league opener at San Jose City College Friday night.
Salute to service game at San Jose City College with Bellarmine hosting Sacred Heart Cathedral. The Irish off to a fast start. Jaden Crane tosses out to Zion Secrease, who barrels his way in, 7-0 Irish. More Irish in the first. Crane to the end zone for Michael Sargent, an 8-yard TD strike, 14-0 Irish. Still in the first, handed to Legend Williams, and this run was legendary. 86 yards, great blocking, and nobody touches Legend, who is really fast, and Sacred Heart Cathedral has a 21-0 lead. Still in the first, Sargent now in at quarterback. A nice pass out to Valentino Fioros, 28-0 Irish, still 2 minutes to go in the first. Second quarter, this is Elijah Araya taking an inside handoff, and the sophomore racing up the middle, 54 yards, 35-0 Irish. The Bells battle back. Jackson Morales tossing it up and battling for the ball, and stealing it away is Miles Crooks, and Miles is free to the end zone, 49 yards, and the Bells are on the board. But the Irish could not be stopped. Crane to the end zone for Tyon Williams, 22 yards and a touchdown. Another big play for the Bells here on the kickoff. Xavier Hamilton takes it, goes left, then cuts back right, and the 145-pound speedster is gone. 95 yards and a Bellarmine touchdown, but this one was never in doubt as the Irish continue to score. Sargent with a screen pass to Chase Jenkins as the Irish go on to win it. 71-14 was the final. A big game for Irish quarterback Jaden Crane with 234 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Aragon hosting Menlo Atherton for a Peninsula Bay League showdown in San Mateo Thursday night. Tied at 12 in the first, Devin Lee sets to Poppy McKenzie, and the sophomore fires a shot for the point and the set lead. But Emma comes back. Ruby Stone to Kalisa Chow, who sets Gabriella low. Menlo Atherton would go on to take the set 25-20. On to set 2, Bears up by 3 early, and Kayla Greenbaum gets the big-time block. MA up 12-8. Josefina Totola receives it and passes to Gabriella Zhao, who nails the set over. A great play from Zhao. But once again, it's the Bears in the driver's seat as Greenbaum puts that point away. Menlo Atherton wins set 2. Watch this set from Haley Chun in the third. She dives, and it's a perfect feed for Zhao. What a play! Later on, tied at 21, Tegan Forcier Coranda with the set to the outside, and the high-flying Jocelyn Chang drills it just inside the baseline. Match point for the Bears, and it goes Chang to Chow to Low, and this is Gabriella's 15th kill, and it puts this match away. Menlo Atherton wins in 3 to go to 4-1 in league play, and a 3-way tie for first. Venardi Zurada is the official injury attorneys for the San Francisco 49ers, and each week Venardi Zurada finds people in the high school sports community and highlights their efforts.
This week's Venardi Zurada hometown hero is Carissa Patencio from Pioneer High School. For several years now, Carissa has organized the Pioneer Snack Shack and Barbecue, which is one of the best in the Bay Area. Carissa Patencio, this week's Venardi Zurada hometown hero. Albany's Construction knows a thing or two about hard work, and that's why they bring us the Dirty Work play each week. This week it's Alina Yap from James Logan. Look at Alina with the diving flagpole in the Colts win last week. Alina Yap doing the dirty work just like our friends at Albany's Construction. Coming up, East Bay League girls volleyball with rivals Monte Vista and San Ramon Valley.
And the red-hot McDonald Condors meet league rival Homestead. But first, here's this week's High Five Top 5 Bay Area football wide receivers, brought to you by High Five Restaurant and Catering in San Jose.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses US Bank Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Every time I step onto the field, I suit up to protect myself from injury. Off the field, I do the same for my family. But sometimes in life, no matter how careful you are, accidents happen. That's when you can trust Venardi Zurada. They treat their clients like family, always looking out for your best interests. If you've been injured, call Venardi Zurada, because when life hits you hard, you deserve a caring team that's on your side.
This isn't just auto repair, this is Euroclinic, Silicon Valley's destination for European auto care. Located in Santa Clara, we deliver precision maintenance and repair with uncompromising standards. Enjoy flexible drop-offs, concierge updates, towing for exotics, and valet pickup. Your vehicle is backed by a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty while you relax in our modern lounge with espresso and private workspaces. Expect more than a dealer, expect Euroclinic.
Our mouths are one of the first places a doctor looks during a checkup, and for good reason. It can tell them things about our health, serious things that could keep us from reaching the next milestone. For over 65 years, Delta Dental has offered high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. Delta Dental, putting your health first, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
Every week this year, we have a girls' game of the week, receiving special coverage with a reporter on the scene and a post-game MVP interview where the MVP gets custom headphones for her efforts. All this thanks to Euroclinic in Santa Clara, where European auto care meets uncompromising standards.
This week, it is the big volleyball game with San Ramon Valley and Monte Vista. It's a rivalry game in Danville and a league game. Our Nikon Shadust was there.
It's an East Bay League rivalry game here in Danville as Monte Vista takes on SRV. Monte Vista comes into this game 4-1 in league play on a 3-game win streak. Lydia Hodges leads the Mustangs in blocks with 34 total blocks through 20 games this season. SRV is atop the league standings at 5-0. Senior outside hitter Hope Diekman leads the team in kills and digs this season. It's Monte Vista and San Ramon Valley in our Euroclinic Girls Game of the Week. Both student sections ready for the Battle of Danville, and the home crowd has the home team going early. Diekman receives, Anuprev Thompson sets, and it's back to Diekman to finish it. SRV keeps it going. Pearl Chertok to Emmy Manter, and it's Hope with another kill. This one wins the set for the Wolves 25-20. Monte Vista looking to tie it up. This will help. Hodges adds to her block total. Mustangs take off from there. Here's the set point. Brooklyn Hogue serves it up with the student section behind her. Then Kennedy White meets the ball at the net. 25-16 the final, and we're tied at 1 set each. MV keeps the momentum up in the third. Hodges and Avery Jernstedt go up for the block, and it's Jernstedt coming down with the block, 21-18 Mustangs. Then Sophia Fraioli to Dia Matthew, setting for Katie Mack, who smacks it down. Monte Vista set away from a win. The Wolves not going down easy. Chertok, Manter, Diekman, like clockwork, 14-9 SRV in the fourth, and the crowd is loving it. 24-20, Diekman receives, Peru Thompson sets, and Chertok fires a rocket, and just like that, we're headed to fifth and final set. SRV comes out hot. The junior captain, Rachel Richardson, gives the Wolves an early 2-0 lead. Mustangs tied up at 5, but Manter and Hunt with some nice chemistry to retake the lead. The Mustangs tie it here when Fraioli and Hoge connect. As that ball ends up in no man's land, that'll shift the momentum to Monte Vista. Mack to Matthew, to White, and Kennedy fires a rocket, and the Wolves can't hold on, and Monte Vista wins it in 5 sets to hand SRV its first league loss. White left the game in kills. Here's Kennedy after the game.
It means a lot. We've been working so hard for this since the beginning of the year, and I'm so happy we finished it out, definitely.
In Danville with the Euro Clinic Girls Game of the Week, I'm Nikon Shadouz.
This Peninsula Lake Division battle has Homestead hosting McDonald. We are 9 minutes into this one. Musa Fall with the quarterback keeper. He sheds a diving Mustang, books it up this sideline, and picks up 30 yards on this run. That play leading to a short Condor touchdown is John Leonard going 7 yards in, and it's 7-0 McDonald after 1. In the second quarter, Homestead in Condor territory, Ben Acton, the Mustangs' workhorse on offense. Get it? Mustang workhorse. Acton with a nice run to get in field goal range. Fourth down, and this kick is blocked by the Condor Siosi Hautau, and it goes out of bounds at the 17. But Homestead's defense with a great night, especially this guy, Will Hamburger, gets the sack. It remains a 7-point Condor lead at the half, and McDonald would get back on the board in the third quarter as Musa Fall crosses the plane for the 1-yard punch-in. 14-0 McDonald heading into the final quarter. Homestead with possession. Carson Chang delivers a dart to Lewis Montgomery, and Lewis picks up some much-needed yardage after that catch. Very next snap, Chang drops back. It's a pass to David Robu, and there are 3 Condors in that area, but Robu escapes and goes in for the touchdown. Homestead makes it a 1-possession game. 6 minutes to play, and Will Hamburger cooks up a Big Mac sack. Wow, that guy's fun to watch on defense. The Condors punt, and Homestead tries to mount a drive, but the McDonald defense once again stands tall. That's Elijah Burse on the coverage, and McDonald trying to run some time off the clock. Leonard gets those necessary yards to put this game on ice. McDonald takes this one 14-7 to go to 1-0 in league play, staying undefeated on the season. The St. Francis boys water polo team is having a great season.
The Lancers meeting with our Jake Vanderbrook at the Riker Center to talk about it this week.
And here's the boys water polo team from St. Francis High School. How we feeling? I like the energy, I really do. So I'm starting off with Kellis Dorsich, and this team is off to a wonderful start. You guys are 8-3. What are some of the areas that you guys have improved on since the start of the season?
Yeah, since the beginning of the season, we've been putting in that work. We've been conditioning like 6 or 7 times a week. We've really been working on our defense, and I feel like we've started getting that dialed in, but there's still some improvement with our offense. We're kind of figuring things out since it's changed so much since last year. So we still have room to improve, but I feel like our defense has gotten much better, and hopefully everything else will too.
We covered the Lancers in the Service by Medallion tournament a little just over a week ago. We saw Finn Swanson in action, 3 goals in their victory against Valley Christian. So you go from non-league games to tournaments, and now you guys are locked into league play. Does the mindset shift at all as you guys are diving more towards league play, or no, it stays the same?
No, not really. You know, we go into every game with the same mindset, just to dominate. You know, we want to play our hardest, so even practices, games, same mindset. You're going in there, you're working your hardest. Like, you're just doing everything you can for your team so that we can win.
Okay, thank you. And finally, I'm going to make my way over to Roland Tanner. So, Roland, what are some of the goals that you'd like to set for yourself and as a team as we are getting halfway towards the end of the regular season?
One goal I set for myself was just to improve at every aspect of the game, every day at practice and every game. And just a goal our team has set is to come into every game with the intensity and pride to win.
Hey, gentlemen, thank you so much. Best of luck to you guys the rest of the way. Take us out with a break.
All right, bring it in.
Team on 3, 1, 2, 3, team!
Delta Dental honors entire teams who perform well on the field and in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award. This week we recognize the Midi field hockey team, the Monarchs, having a great season on the field and in the classroom with the 3.7 GPA.
Coming up, Overfelt travels to Gilroy to face Christopher.
But first, here's our U.S. Bank Bay Area football poll.
The Overfelt Royals are off to a 2-1 start this season with freshman running back Junior Medina averaging 90 yards a game on the ground.
The Royals meeting Christopher this week. The Cougars come to this game at 2-2 and feature a young quarterback with a familiar last name. Sophomore Dylan Robinson, brother of last year's starting quarterback Jackson Robinson, is averaging 100 yards passing a game already with 6 touchdowns. Overfelt and Christopher, the game played in Gilroy on Thursday night.
Here comes Sia Osivai and his Christopher Cougars taking on Overfelt. The Cougars driving early, but the pass is deflected and then picked by Christopher Hanley. The ball gets loose but then goes out of bounds. The Royals then trying to capitalize on that, but stepping in front of the pass is Adrian Leon at the 6-yard line, and we have plenty of time to tell you Adrian is a sophomore and also a really good running back, so he has plenty of speed to take this 94 yards for the first score of the game and a 7-0 Christopher lead. Second quarter back to throw is another sophomore. This is Dylan Robinson firing to Ryan Holt for a Cougars first down. Robinson then finishes the drive here as Christopher takes a 14-0 lead. The Cougars playing great D all night long. Vai in the backfield for one of his 2 tackles for loss in this game. 4 minutes to play in the half. Eric Placencia tosses a fade in the corner to Ralu Hunter, who gets a foot down, a 7-yard score. It's 14-6. Third quarter, same score handed to Adrian Leon, who stiff arms his way into the end zone, 21-6 Cougars. Late third now, and it's Leon one more time. Again, Adrian's third TD of the game, 28-6 Cougars. A huge game defensively for Cordell Crocker, who gets his 3rd interception of the night right there, and Christopher finishes its preseason at 3-2, heading into league play coming up in 2 weeks. DGDG.com wants you to be a happy car buyer, so each week they bring us the Be Happy Play, a play guaranteed to make everyone happy.
This week's DGDG.com Be Happy Play goes to the California Grizzlies. Janie Trottier gets the interception late in the game, sending Cal home with the win. Go to DGDG.com where you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, the Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
But first, here's this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, brought to you by Lumen Digital.
Talk about college costs, scholarships, and the importance of saving for education. See if your digital banking app has personalized dashboards so you and your teen can track savings towards a college fund.
Play of the week.
Let's start off Play of the Week with Christopher's Adrian Leon. Say hello to the hand all the way for a Christopher touchdown. But the Play of the Week this week has to go to Granada's Marin and Liv Lenica. Marin and Liv faking everyone with this punt return all the way for a touchdown. Wow! The Lenica sisters with the Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week for a full slate of big-time football games, including Los Gatos in Pittsburgh. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching. Please join our YouTube memberships to get early access to highlights and our podcast, Covered Cal High.
You will also be able to see full game videos and vote for the Players of the Week. So click join and make sure to tune in every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.